tabmok99's Lore Minute.
For centuries, Shang Tsung has used the Mortal Kombat tournament as a means to take over the realm of Earth for his master, Shao Kahn. Now in Aftermath, we've come to learn of some of Shang Tsung's contingency plans. He's been working for Kronika. He's the one who's actually designed her crown, and he plans to use it himself to become the new Keeper of Time. Now he's built it to run off of soul power, so with each victory, he comes one step closer to achieving his goal. In fact, he's going to be pretty hard to stop. There's a 50-50 chance he'll doom us all. Speaking of, shoutouts to the Supernova 117 for getting 8 wins in a row last week using Shang Tsung.
tabmok99's Lore Minute.
Nightwolf is a member of a Native American tribe called the Matoka. There's kind of a gray cloud hanging over his past. He once almost sold out his own people to Kano and the Black Dragon by trading away priceless artifacts. But he decided to have a last-minute change of heart, and that decision almost cost him his life. But he did redeem himself in the eyes of the Great Spirit, and it was then that he was chosen to become the new champion of his people. That's when he was given powers over spirit animals, like the ability to summon a bear, a wolf, or an eagle. Also in MK11, they revealed that Nightwolf isn't just a name, it's a title. It's a mantle to be passed on to whoever the new champion is. Speaking of new champion, shout out to Mexican Gladiator for getting 16 wins in a row last week using Nightwolf.
tabmok99's Lore Minute.
So, what can we say about Kung Lao? Well, maybe I better put my hat on for this one. So Kung Lao is a Shaolin monk alongside Liu Kang. He's a descendant of the great Kung Lao from 500 years ago, but in this generation, he's not the chosen one. And for this reason, he's very envious of Liu Kang and comes across as pretty bitter. During the second tournament, he actually got his neck snapped by Shao Kahn and was then turned into a revenant. But in this game, the young Kung Lao steps through a time portal right from before that happened, and now he has a chance to undo things and to carve out a new path for himself. So, hats off to Endgame for getting 5 wins in a row last week using Kung Lao. And if you want one of these Kung Lao war badges, then make sure you check out Another Dimension 3D at the address below.
tabmok99's Lore Minute.
Aaron Black is a gunslinging cowboy from the Wild Wild West. He left his home in Earthrealm and made Outworld his new home. So if he was around back in the cowboy days, how's he around today? Simple. He'd encountered Shang Tsung and made a deal with him. Work for Shang, and Aaron Black would get the secret to agelessness, or at least slowing down of the aging process. So in Outworld, he likes to use Outworlders' weapons, stuff like severed Tarkatan blades or Saurian acid. He also likes to mix it up using weapons from his day and age, stuff like revolvers and dynamite. My favorite is the fact that he shoots you using a bullet with your name on it. So, shout out to Sully OP for getting 8 wins in a row last week, using a variety of characters, but including Aaron Black. Okay, back to you, Fatal Cade.
tabmok99's Lore Minute.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Oh wait, that's the Riddler. Wrong villain, we're doing the Joker. So, the Joker is Gotham's most notorious supercriminal. He keeps managing to break out of Arkham Asylum, and now he's a guest in Mortal Kombat 11. This isn't his first time encountering Mortal Kombat characters. He was also in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, and he's one of the few characters in both franchises who remembers the events of that game. Now, here's a fun fact. In Mortal Kombat 9, you can see what appears to be the Joker's head in the bottom of the pit. So, shout out to Mexican Joker for getting 6 wins in a row last week using Joker. So I know, Fatal Cade, you were disappointed in the last Joker lore minute. I hope with this one I was able to make it up to you.
tabmok99's Lore Minute.
Jade is a longtime friend of Katana. You'd be forgiven for thinking they're more than friends, like they're sisters or something. After all, when Jade was first introduced, she looked exactly like Katana, being a total palette swap of her. Over the years, Jade has proven her loyalty to Katana, more so to her than to anyone else. After all, she did join her as a member of the Edenian resistance against Outworld. Now, Jade was stuck as a revenant in the last Mortal Kombat game, so we don't really know whose side she would have been on during Outworld's Civil War. Would she have been on Team Mileena, since Mileena did want an independent Edenia? Or would she have been on Team Kotal, since, as we now know, Kotal Khan was her boyfriend? I always thought that was kind of a weird pairing up at first, but the more I think about it, the more it grows on me. After all, Kotal Khan is all about the Jaguar, and Jade, well, her animality is a cat. Speaking of, shout out to JadeCat165 for getting 10 wins in a row last week using Jade.